Hi there, guys. Welcome to today's webinar. It's the Wednesday's webinar. Let me just adjust the speaker right there. Right, testing 1, 2, 3. I hope you guys can hear me loud and clear. Now, welcome to Bretton's Wednesday's midweek webinar. My name is Kenny Simon. So we'll be going through quite briefly as of today with regards to pairs that I have suggested as well, and pairs that most of the other traders in the community have actually requested to be reviewed as well as of today, especially GBP pairs. So GBP pairs, we were looking at a downward type movement in most GBP crosses due to happenings in Ireland as well, and that has actually the Ireland border issues together with current Brexit policies and situation basically ties in all the areas that created some sort of tension and conflict from the beginning of the week as of Monday. So that sort of brought down a little bit, I would say, the pound. The sterling versus most of the other pairs have actually depreciated. So we were looking at selling opportunities for majority of pairs involving the pound. So with that, I just want to get going in a few pairs with GBP as of today, just to give us a little bit of clarity of what should we actually be doing with regards to the pairs that we have already executed their rightful orders, especially a sell position on GBPJPY, GBPUSD, GBPNZD as well. Let me just get that going with GBPNZD. I'm just going to change that. GBPNZD. All right, there you go. So we'll start off with GBPNZD first. Most of the recommended suggested position was for a sell for the GBP. But at this moment of time, let's just review it very quickly and look at the current position of GBPNZD. I'm just going to also have the Action Forex heat map guide us a little bit through, just to give us a little bit of a bird's eye view in current situation in terms of trend, especially with regards to the GBP. Let's just take a look very quickly with GBP itself, just as a rough idea. It's not 100% type accuracy when it comes to the heat maps here. You could see that it's a mixture of trend right there, not very steady, not very clear in terms of whether or not it's to the downside or upside yet. Action bias, let's just check the other tool within Action Forex as well. Not very clear there, but we'll also check the top movers and look at whether or not there's some focus by most of the traders, investors onto GBP pairs. So we've got not very many GBP pairs, excuse me, on focus as of today. But we could see that it's mainly majors, and we've got loads of focus on USD, on the USD. So major pairs, I would think, would actually be mostly focused on as of today. So let's just take a look. GBP USD, as you can see, it is here as well. And it's more on a little bit of a plus, appreciative type value on the GBP, and it's the same for the GBPNZD, meaning that it looks like it's appreciating, going up in a bit of value in there. Now I'm looking at the daily chart for the GBPNZD, where we could potentially find resistance as well, because for those who are selling the GBP pairs, especially GBPNZD as of now, it looks like it has just touched on the 96.86 area, and it may actually find that area, or have found that area, to be a resistant area. We've got two resistance area from the opening candle of a mother candle, bearish mother candles here, this one here, and this one here. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Okay, there you go. So I've drawn that line here, this yellow horizontal line, to mark that area as well, some sort. And it looks like it has the potential to sort of weaken and come downwards, but we need to look at this area here for potential. See, it actually found support exactly at the 96.28 area. So what we would need to happen to sort of make the price or confirm to us that it is intending to go down more is for it to come down a little bit more and go under the 96.28 area. So as soon as it goes under 96.28 or 96.20s and below, then we have got more room to actually come downwards. From a patterns perspective, it does look like, it's got more room to the downside, but it may take a little bit of time. But overall, it's looking like it's got all this double top type, pattern right here. And it has actually gone up quite a lot, created this V type pattern as well. So in my view, it has more room to the downside, but it's just because we find that, it has sort of been blocked at the very top here. I'll just change the color of this horizontal line right here to just show you that we have got very strong resistance zone that has already sort of blocked this entire area at the very top. And the current price at the moment looks like it's quite far away from this area, so it's closer to reversing and coming down as opposed to going upwards and creating more flow to the upside. It is quite difficult, I would say challenging, for the price at the moment for GBPNZD in particular that we are looking at now to go up all the way here. If it does actually still have got a bit of buying power to go up, I would think it would start to weaken in any case at the 97.20s area to the 97.50s area. So in other words, 97.20 to 97.50 are the highest it could actually go to a 97.50s area before it find any reason to just go down, to reverse. So the reversal, high probability reversal area is at 97.50, but I think it would most probably start to weaken and come downwards at the moment. But it does also depend on what's going on with the data. If we have got any pending data releases from the economic stance for the UK, as well as news relating to borders of Ireland, for example, and various other things. These economic data, news releases, and anything happen from the geopolitical front as well that impacts the UK would then become the fuel. So we hope to hear more sort of negative type, news to pull the pound lower, and then that would then justify all this mother candle to actually come lower as well. So at this moment of time, from where we are looking at, the price for GBPNZD as of now is at 96.65. So because it's at 65, it looks like it's got on the daily chart, it's got some fuel from the technical side of it with mother candles, areas where mother candles have actually been there in the past. So that does actually show me technically that it has the capability to fall more, but not to fall too much drastically, but maybe at the 96.20 area. So in any case, as it weakens, I think it can actually go down to the 96.20s area. But if just in case, it might also find support at the 96.20s area. So once it reaches 96.20s area, you need to monitor it a little bit. If it does actually continue to go under 96.20, then I think we've got more room to actually look at more bearishness, because as we can see, just this whole price action of previous candles in the past looks like we have got more longer mother candles, bearish mother candles, and all this bearishness are actually concentrated lower at this area right here. So we can see longer candles there, longer candles there. So we've got an area that might be more higher probability in selling under this area, I would think. So as it goes lower, then 90s, 96.20 and lower, I think we can see more selling power. But once it reaches the under 96, like 95 onwards, 95, 90 and below, then I think it will contribute to much more selling pressure. So at this moment of time, it needs to battle this very strong resistant area right here. Okay, let me just change the color to red. Okay, so now we've got that resistant area for it to battle. Needs to battle that. So yes, maybe it's showing some bullishness at this moment of time, but this resistant area that starts at 97.29 onwards up to the 97.50 psychological level may actually be very strong as a resistance. So in other words, if you are buying, you want to extend your stop loss a little bit beyond 97.50 and above, maybe 97.70, maybe, just so that it gives you some space so you don't get stopped out, because it's sort of a high probability that it might reverse in the worst case scenario, goes up, but then still reverse at the 97.30 area right here, or 97.20s area. And now it is trading at 96.71 at this moment of time. So yes, I see potential for it to come down. So my sort of suggestion is to stretch out your stop loss a little bit more, just so that it could reverse and then hopefully hit your TP instead of your stop loss. Okay, so that's your GBPNZD. Let's take a look at GBPJPY as well. Now, for GBPJPY, we're looking at prices at this moment of time trading at 154.96. So I've mentioned it on Monday itself. The area to look out for is the 155 as your psychological level. Now, let me just, as your resistance as well. The psychological numbers and levels could actually act as both support and resistance. Reversal points as well. So 155, 155. Let me just give it a bit of space at 155.20, just a little bit there, so that it's not too close to the current price. But then in any case, it's got the resistance at the closing price of that bearish candle right there, and that was at 155.57. So in any case, I think we need to watch out for the 155.20 right up to the 155.50 as a resistance zone made up by the psychological levels as well. So I think that could potentially be quite a strong resistance right there. I'm just going to scroll to the left a little bit just to give me a bit of an idea. Okay, hope you guys can see right here. From a big picture perspective, I think we need to, once I've actually put the two horizontal lines representing two psychological level at 155.20 and 155.50, coincidentally to the left, we see that it mirrors or it coincides with a very, very strong resistant area, especially from the opening price of a bearish mother candle. So that is quite a good thing. Just to confirm, basically, that this area here could easily be, sorry, as a bearish zone. So I'm marking a bearish zone based on this mother candle right here. So this is your selling zone right there from that mother candle. And this is from a weekly chart, you can actually see that, but from the other charts, other time frame, maybe it's not that clear. Okay, so this is where now currently the price is at 154.96, 97 area, and it has already entered the selling bearish zone as well, and we've got a very strong resistant area right here. So it's looking good so far, as in giving us more hints that the market would most probably prefer a downward type bearishness at this moment of time for the GBPJPY from a technical perspective. But we need fuel from the fundamentals news perspective to drive GBP down and the JPY to go up. So it could be news from Japan that actually increases the value and make JPY and JPY crosses bullish in general, and then the GBP to be bearish in general. So we want to marry that up between technical and fundamental as well. Okay, so with that, I think we just need to look at more price fall. It's already gone under 15500, which is a good thing for GBPJPY. All we need now is to look at more price falling under 154.90 and then 154.80 and below. Once it reaches the 154.80 and then it starts to go lower, then we can get a better confirmation that we have got more sellers and bears coming into the selling zone, which basically will create more momentum to pull down the price to come down even more. But what I would do is also to watch out certain area of support as well. Let me just, we've got the 153.98 area. So I would think 15400, 15410 will actually be a support that needs to be looked at as well. So what I will do is I'll lay out some support area just in case if you are already selling and selling aggressively, no matter what, you need to exit there. Okay, so 154.0. I'll just color it in light blue right there to show you that it's support. So no matter what you do, selling now or selling anytime, you need to watch out for some support level that I will lay out right now. So 154.10 could potentially be a support level. 15400 actually. So you need to exit at 154.10 so that it doesn't reach a 15400 area, because most probably it would bounce anywhere within 5 to even 15 pips of that area of 15400. Okay, so next would actually be around this area as well. Let me just check. That's 152. It's a little bit too far. So what I'll do is just go down a little bit on the 4-hour chart perhaps and get some hints there. So here, for example, if you're looking at the price right now, it's got a significant support area, I think, at this area based on the 4-hour chart. Because you see that previous resistance there is an opening price of a huge mother candle there, and that was priced at 154.80 exactly on the dot of the psychological number, which basically tells you that whatever you do, it's probably better to exit before it comes down to the 154.80 area. So you need to look at 154.80 as a potential strong support 154.80. So you need to exit no matter what at 154.90. Then if you decide to sell again, then you would only sell again at 154.70. So 154.70 will be your selling price basically, and then you want to take profit and look at the mother candle right there at 154.10. So if your selling price later on at 154.70, you want to take profit at 154.10, that gives you the 60 pips potential profit for your second sell situation right there. Okay, so that's for GBPJPY. Now let's move to GBPUSD. Now, GBPUSD as well, I think of all the three pairs as well, it's just giving us, if we compare it with all the three pairs, it gives us the idea that most of them are sort of giving us reversal hints that it's lowering down. It's actually has got this area right here for GBPUSD has already been sort of blocked as a very strong resistance zone or area. Let me just mark that area right there. Okay, so we have got that area there, and it's looking like it has been sort of marked at the opening price of that candle right there at 42.34 area. Okay, so then we are looking at more potential. We need to create a zone at least with two lines as opposed to just one line. Now, as I marked that there earlier on for that opening price of that mother candle, it actually coincide with that pin bar candle right there, which is a good sign. So that means this area or zone is quite strong in terms of a resistance zone, and that's been sort of found or spotted on the weekly chart, which again is a very good thing in a way, because we've got loads of data on a weekly chart. It's a strong chart to be based on, and then we have it not too far away from the current price as well, which is a good thing. So we're trading at 1.4180 psychological level exactly at this moment of time. So it is also another reason to expect a potential reversal around this area of 4180s. And then coincidentally, we have a very strong resistance zone that I've marked in red right there. And that resistance zone started at 1.4234 right up to the 1.4285 area. So in my guess, in my opinion as well, it looks like it's too strong an area to just burst out for now at this moment of time. And I think maybe the GBPUSD as well will be encouraged to reverse and maybe have this mother candle right here to be your guide as to how far it could potentially in the short term, in a way, to actually come down to. Not short term, maybe medium to long term, sorry, because we're looking at the weekly chart. So we need to go on to either the daily chart, 4-hour chart, to just see what can we actually expect. Now, if we go into the daily chart, it looks like more selling pressure would actually be, I mean, the sellers would actually be more interested, and more traders who are sellers would actually come in after price has visited the 4135 area and below. So as it goes under 4140, which is a good thing. So 4140, yes. So 4140 could be an ideal selling price, a better selling price, and that would actually give us more room as well to actually see the participation of more sellers coming in. At this moment of time, maybe a little bit early, as you can see, all these candles have been lined up sort of horizontally or sideways, so they are in thinking mode. And I think their thinking would actually be much clearer once they have actually broken out of the 4150 area and come lower. So your ideal selling price at 4140 would actually be a little bit better, a little bit clearer to look at what the sellers have actually decided to actually do. So if the sellers have decided, okay, yes, let's get into the sell side of it, especially at this opening price of the previous candle on this daily chart that you can see here, that was marked at 41.35. So 41.40, which basically means it's under the 41.50 psychological level, is already a good sign that sellers are thinking of selling already at that point. But then as it goes lower, of course, we've got more sellers will participate in this action of selling. And then you will see that it's got a better position. You are in a better position to actually sell when it comes to 41.40 and below. So 41.40 is a good sort of ideal selling price that you can mark that as a pending order. And then your exit price based on that mother candle, bearish mother candle there as well, could be at 4010, which is very significant, very big gap there, mainly because it's a sort of big time frame that we're looking at on the daily chart. Okay, and that's about 120 plus pips. So I think there are some potential, especially after prices for GBPUSD has actually visited 41.40 area. So I think under 41.50 onwards, let's monitor it, and then you can easily put a pending order 41.40 first as of now. But I would like to look at that zone as your selling zone and an area that we can actually sell as well. So if we go on to the 4-hour chart as well, we can see we've got some support as well in this area. So what we can then do is to mark your area based on mother candles as well. Just see 41. Okay, so 41.40 if you sell and then you take profit at 41.10, that's 30 pips. So we can aim to take it in stages for GBPUSD. So what I'll do is I'll mark the 41.10 as your potential support area. Okay, so then you can trade in 30 pips gap. Then your next your selling plan for the next one would actually be 4100. So it's 4090 as your selling price. Okay, give me a second. 4190 right there. No, sorry, 4090. I'll change the color red to mark it as a resistance selling area. Okay, so you've got one area selling at 41.40. And take profit 4110. Next entry for the sell 4090. And then you can actually aim it at this area right here. So 40, okay, 4060 would probably be ideal as well. 4060 right there, or maybe make it 65. Okay, there you go. So your second entry 4090, and then 4065 take profit. Now it will be 4040 would actually be your next. So I'll just change that second. 4040 and then 4010, I would imagine. So you've got a gap of anywhere between 25 to 30 pips take on each one area, because we're taking it in stages. All right, so 4140, I'll mark that as red, indicating a selling area right there. And then 4010 as your support. Oops. I mark that as blue for your support or your take profit area, exit basically, 4010. There you go. Okay, that is it. So 4040, 4010, that's your third area right there. So what I can do is highlight the area in red as your selling sort of zone. Okay, so this is for GBPUSD selling zone there. Okay, so what you could do is start setting up your pending order for your sell at 1.4140, take profit 1.4110, and then you set up your second sell entry at 1.4090, and then you take profit at 4065 roughly. And then your third sell entry is at 1.4040, and then you take profit at 4010. So that is the sort of 25, 30 pips type plan as we ride along. If the, what do you call that? The selling of GBPUSD has been sort of confirmed or being fueled by more and more negativity or negative type news for the UK, let's say, then that should actually also at the same time to fuel price on the upside for the US dollar. Okay. Give me a second. Oh dear. 4090. Second sell area right there for GBPUSD. Okay. And I've got another area as well. There we go. So you've got your first selling zone, second selling zone, and third selling zone. There we go. And then we have got this area right here. And then your third selling zone. There you go. So that's, I think, nicely laid out there on the 4-hour chart on the areas that you can actually sell. Basically, put your pending order on them. First selling zone, second and third. It's clearly laid out with the pricing as well right there. Let me just also zoom in a little bit. Okay, there you go. So that's the area on GBPUSD. So yes, so that's basically it. I've got on the GBP, the three GBP crosses, your GBPNZD, GBPJPY, and GBPUSD, but just GBPUSD perhaps giving us a little bit of, a little bit more clarity, not basically in trend, but just for your short-term type possible trading on the sell side. Because it has got just too strong resistance as well, the area, but we need to look at USD strength versus GBP's weakness as well, whether or not they're fueled during the day as well, throughout the day on the negative type news for the GBP, more positivity for the USD. Then we can actually see our trades on GBPUSD hitting these three areas right there. Okay, but overall, the thing about it, about GBP especially versus the USD, overall is still giving us a bit of a hint of the upside type movement, but then of course it's got some reversal due as well. So I would guess that it needs to reverse first, and while it's reversing, just as a reversal, to take advantage of that selling that I have suggested right there. Okay, all right, guys. So that's on that. We'll just very quickly go on to what's going on with Euro USD at this moment of time. It's still in sort of a bullish zone at this moment of time. So it has actually just played out very well, come in here and support and went up and went into a buying zone at this moment of time. So I would guess it's still got some room to the top at 2217, 2220 area right there before it reverses. So it also needs to wait until the USD weakens and more fundamentals as well, driving the USD down. But at this moment of time, not yet. It looks like it's still on a sort of a bearish sentiment for the euro at this moment of time, but it's playing in within this blue box. So even if it does actually come downwards, it would need to penetrate, pierce through the 1.2163 area, which is the bottom of that rectangular box right there, blue box. And then for it to come down, if it does pierce through, then you need to find support right here as well. So that's your selling type sell zone right there as well. Okay. All right. So that's for US, Euro USD. With regards to gold on the daily chart, we can actually see that it has appreciated a little bit generally, but it's heading to the downside, and it's looking like it may actually be heading downwards towards the 1869 area before it decides what it wants to actually do, or before it gets impacted by the US position of what goes on in the US Treasury, US dollar, as well as all the fundamentals that's going on that would either push up the dollar or push down the dollar, because it's inversely correlated to gold. So whatever happened in the US that pushes up USD, for example, would then negatively impact the gold and pull down gold instead. So yes, so it is a little tricky, but it's got, it looks like it's got more room, and deciding to just come downwards towards the 1869 area. That's for gold. Okay. All right, guys, I think that's all I have for you. It's a bit brief, but we're just looking into specific pairs as a midweek review of what we have talked about on Monday as well. So that is still going on. There's a high chance today is the continuation of the OPEC Plus meeting as well. So we want to take a look at what impact it could have been for oil especially, and also commodity currencies like Canadian dollar especially. Okay, so with that, I'd like to thank you for your time, and we'll see you guys again on Friday in the Friday's market wrap up. Bye-bye for now. Thank you.